What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Welcome to lesson 12.12. On this lesson, we'll learn about how to search through an item in the list, okay? And what I decided to do with this video is that I want to do more, okay? I'm not going to go into idle and just type it out. I want to create a real program, that puts all that we've been learning together, our list and all kind of stuff like that. So that makes it much easier and make it much more meaningful than me just typing in idle. So basically what I'm going to do is that first of all, I want to create a variable called things, right? And I will I want things to be a list, right? And then I'll say things equals new list, right? That's how I create a new list. And then I'll ask the user, I'll say raw inputs. What should I ask? I should ask them name, email, and phone number, okay? Name equals raw inputs. What is your name? And I'll say email raw inputs, and I'll say what is your email. And then I will say phone number. I'll say phone raw input. What is your phone number? What is your phone? So this should look familiar. You guys should already know how to do all these things, right? So the first in line, I created a list called things. So it's empty, doesn't do anything. The next three lines, I'm asking the user for some information, all right? And I want to add all these information to the list. So I know I can do things dot extend, right? And then I will say name, comma, email, comma, phone. Okay, so basically what is that going to do? Whatever all the information that the user gives me, I'm going to put it in the list called things, right? We know the extend allows us to add multiple things at the same time. So in this video, actually, the key reason why I'm doing this is that we want to search through the list, okay? We want to search through the list and find whether some items exist in the list. So we could say something like for, or we can say if, name, right? If we say Tawheed, and I'll say Tawheed. So I expect the user to have Tawheed in the list. If the Tawheed is not in the list, I'll tell them no Tawheed. In things. Okay, let me take it slow. So Tawheed, I'm saying, hey, is Tawheed in my list, all right? And then my list contained 3 items. My list contained the name of the user, the email of the user, the phone number of the user, okay? So if my list contains Tawheed, that's what I'm testing for. So I'm saying if Tawheed in things. So if Tawheed is in my list, I want to say print. I love you, Tawheed. I love you, Tawheed. I love myself. Okay? And then I'll say else no Tawheed. I'll say sad face. Okay? And let's run it and see what is going to happen. Oh, let me save it. I thought I did, but I did not. Apparently I did not. So let me quickly save it. I don't really need to explain what I'm doing because you guys already know how to do this. But I did. Okay, so let me run it and see. Run module. So what is your name? I say Tawheed. What is your email? I say Tarahim. I think it cares. At xyz.com. And my phone number is 98978009764. Don't call me because that's not my phone number. It said I love you, Tawheed. Why did it say I love you, Tawheed? Okay? because Python checked to see whether Tawheed was in the list, okay? And then it found out that Tawheed is indeed in the list. All the things that I gave was put in the list. Now let's run it without Tawheed not being in the list. Let's say the user does not feel like, putting Tawheed in the list. So I'll say, what is your name? I'll say Pi, and then your email is some@some.com. And I'll say your phone number is, I don't know, some numbers. Sad face, because obviously the name is not Tawheed. Alright? That is how we get the stuff from a list. And also what we can do is that if you guys want to be like, hey, what is things? We can easily say print things, just to show you all the things in the list, okay? That's how we get all the, print things basically just prints everything in the list, okay? That's what print things does. Another way to search the list is to find the exact location of something. So let's say I want to find, what is at index 3 or what is at index 1. Let's try that. Let's say print, the list is called things, dot, I'll say index, I will say Tawheed. Yeah, should I say Tawheed? Yeah, let me say Tawheed. So it's gonna tell me what index Tawheed belongs to. So now let's run it and see the magic that is going to happen. So what is your name? Tawheed. What is your email? something@something.com. What's your phone number? I don't know, some garbage number. So the list came Tawheed, my email, my phone number. Alright, why is it added to the list? Because we use it extend. And also to find the items in the list, to find the index of Tawheed, we just said things.index, and then we put in the string Tawheed, and it came back, hey, I see Tawheed is index 0. And then it searched for Tawheed in the list. Remember, it looks and say, hey, if Tawheed is in the list, print I love you Tawheed, or sad face. Okay, so this is like I think this is a little bit dense, it's much more detailed than the book does. Try playing with it. I wanted to do something much more complicated and also, something much more practical than the book is doing with you. So try playing with this. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to send me an email, and I'll see you in the next video.